It's June, and Patreon-sponsored episodes are back to celebrate the Basics' first anniversary. This week, Patreon supporter Broadside requested the Basics on one of the most significant new additions to the Transformers cast in the last few years, the bot the fans built, WindBlade. WindBlade was the very first Transformers toy to be created via fan poll as a special event to commemorate the series' 30th anniversary. The fan-built bot poll was held online between April and May of 2013, with the promise that the resultant character would appear in their own comic book miniseries from IDW Publishing. The first round of voting determined that this new bot would be a red and black Autobot armed with a sword, with a jet alternate mode and a valiant personality, while the second round determined their name, that they were female, from the city of Kaon, and had the power of telepathy. From there, design on the figure began, with various different stylings being explored, from a medieval knight to a Roman soldier, to WindBlade's finalized look as an Onobugeisha, a female samurai, complete with kabuki theater makeup and a Japanese war fan accessory. WindBlade's completed action figure arrived in late 2014 as part of the Transformers Generations toy line, but she made her first appearance in the comics months in advance of its release. In fact, her very first appearance anywhere was a one-panel cameo in the Japanese comic strip promoting the Creo building block toy line. Soon after that, she made her debut in IDW's comics during the Dark Cybertron crossover event, and from there was spun off into her promised limited series, written by Margaret Scott with art by Sarah Stone, the first ever all-female creative team on a Transformers comic. Now, IDW's depiction of WindBlade changed one or two of the aspects that had been voted on in the poll. She wasn't from Kaon, but rather from the planet Caminus, one of Cybertron's long-lost colonies, and her telepathy was reimagined as a talent known as city-speaking, the ability to communicate with the brains of the colossal city-sized Transformers known as Titans. It was for this ability that her people chose her to go to Cybertron to secure aid for the energy-starved Caminus in return for using her talents to help repair the damaged Titan Metroplex. Unfortunately, neither a warrior nor a politician, the naive, optimistic WindBlade struggled in her dealings with Cybertron's duplicitous ruler Starscream. Things got worse when WindBlade discovered that her bodyguard, Chromia, untrusting of Cybertronians, had secretly staged a bombing in a misguided attempt to scare WindBlade into returning to Caminus. Realizing that if Chromia's crimes were made public, Cammy and Cybertronian relations would be shattered before they could even begin, WindBlade found herself forced to compromise her morals and conspire with Starscream to keep it a secret in the name of the greater good. Over the next 4 years, WindBlade grew to become a main cast member in IDW's comics, even headlining 2 further series. Bound by their shared lie, she and Starscream worked together to establish contact between Cybertron and first Caminus, then various other colony planets, founding the Council of Worlds with representatives from each. Though she achieved much good along the way, it seemed that each hard-won victory only came at the cost of one moral compromise after another, as she was forced to lie, cheat, and manipulate in order to outmaneuver Starscream and prevent him from using the Council for his own devious ends. It was only after she achieved victory in a mental battle with the evil titan Vigilem that WindBlade reached a turning point. She vowed that nothing would prevent her from speaking truth to the world anymore. Striking out alone, WindBlade ran against Starscream in a subsequent election and emerged victorious, taking his position as head of the Council and ruler of Cybertron. After her introduction, WindBlade was quickly incorporated into other Transformers series, and like most Transformers characters, her personality, powers, and history have varied from story to story. Her physical appearance, however, remains remarkably consistent to an extent not a lot of other Transformers characters can boast, as does one other attribute not displayed by her IDW incarnation, the ability to generate hurricane-force wind blasts with her wing turbines. Margaret Scott was brought on board to introduce WindBlade into the 2015 Robots in Disguise cartoon, in which she was a Cybertronian sent to Earth over 1,000 years ago by the Transformers creator god, Primus. Primus boosted her powers and placed her in stasis to await the foreseen day when the ancient transformer Megatronus would return to menace the planet. WindBlade awoke in the present day and joined forces with a team of young Autobots led by Bumblebee, who had also been sent to Earth to stop Megatronus. This cocky, risk-taking hotshot version of WindBlade initially rubbed Bumblebee's straight-laced cadet Strongarm the wrong way, but the pair settled their differences working together to bring down the Decepticon Zizza. Several figures of WindBlade were released in the accompanying toy line, and later in the series, after Megatronus's return and subsequent defeat, she became part of an away team with Optimus Prime, Drift, and Sideswipe to hunt Decepticons around the globe. Later still, she returned to Cybertron with Optimus to prevent an attempted Decepticon invasion of Earth. Like her IDW incarnation, the WindBlade seen in Machinima's trilogy of Prime Wars animated series was a city speaker from Caminus, but in the trilogy's first chapter, Combiner Wars, she was a much more violent and vengeful character than audiences knew from the comics. Disillusioned by the death of her friend Maxima during a battle between Combiners, WindBlade abandoned her city-speaking duties, turning on Autobot and Decepticon alike, and setting out to destroy the enigma of combination which had created the giant warriors before it could be used to cause further destruction. It was only with the help of Metroplex, awakened when he telepathically sensed her rage, that she was able to let go of her anger and rediscover her true purpose as a city speaker. The Titan's Return toy line featured a new WindBlade toy, the head of which was formed by the Titan Master Scorchfire, who had the power to supercharge WindBlade's swords. The accompanying Titan's Return cartoon didn't feature this upgrade, but WindBlade continued to play a key role in it, as her city-speaking powers were key to reviving the dormant Titan Fortress Maximus. From there, she appeared in the final chapter of the trilogy, Power of the Primes, helping to stop Megatronus from amassing powerful ancient Cybertronian artifacts. But perhaps the most unusual and different incarnation of WindBlade could be found in Japan's Transformers Legends manga. This WindBlade was created by the Zamojin, a race of aliens from the original 1980s Transformers cartoon, who, like her, had various Asian design motifs. Characterized as the little sister of the earlier Zamojin robot featured in the cartoon, Nijika, WindBlade was built to watch over the Legends universe, an experimental dream world the aliens had created with their psychic powers. When the Zamojin deemed the experiment over, they ordered WindBlade to destroy the Legends universe, but Metroplex was able to break her free of their control, and she began living peacefully among its inhabitants instead, working in a cafe and rooming with Tigatron. WindBlade came to love her new life, and when new dangers arose to threaten the Legends universe, she petitioned her creators to give her the strength needed to defend her new home. They agreed, combining her with her sister Nijika to turn her into a headmaster, upgrading her into her new Titan's Return form. WindBlades also enjoyed a regular presence in a variety of other media, including an assortment of video games, and is currently set for a starring role in the upcoming Transformers Cyberverse animated series, helping the damaged Bumblebee recover his lost memories. With so many roles and toys in such a comparatively short space of time, it's clear her unique status as the first fan-built bot has placed WindBlade high on Hasbro's list of core characters, even seemingly taking over longtime mainstay RC's role as the go-to female Autobot character. Now, only time will tell if such a recent addition to Transformers canon will go on to become permanently enshrined among the Optimus Primes and Bumblebees as one of the brand's key legacy characters. But for now, WindBlade seems well on her way. And those are the basics on WindBlade. Thanks to Broadside for helping to prove recent additions to the Transformers universe are just as deserving of the basics treatment as classic ones. And thanks to all of you for 20,000 subscribers just in time for the show's first birthday.